Hello and welcome. This is class number 47 of the UPSC Mains Answer Writing Initiative. This is a place where we try and simplify UPSC Mains Answer Writing for you. How do we do that? Every single evening at 7 p.m. we take our previous year question that UPSC has already asked, discuss that topic, try and write that answer, and then in the end give you a homework as well so that you can try your own skills and you can send it for evaluation as well. If you are new here, do hit the subscribe button and then we can begin. Also reminding you once again, in the next few days we'll be beginning our Mastering UPSC Mains Answer Writing program. It's a hand-holding program where I will be mentoring you individually to master the art of UPSC answer writing. How it will run? Every single week I'll give you a study target based on which I'll give you a subjective test. I'll evaluate that, and every single week we'll have a one-on-one interaction where we will mark your progress. How are you doing? How are you making it better? Are you even gaining confidence in this or not? The level of questions will increase every single week, and the idea is that by the end of the program you should be able to answer all kinds of questions asked by the UPSC. In this program we'll focus on essay and GS 1, 2, 3 and 4. If you want to know any other details or how to register for the program, this is a contact information. Feel free to contact me whenever you can. Now, as I do with every single one of these lectures, whenever I begin, if you are new here, this is your first class of this series, if you are just starting answer writing, you don't know how to begin, I would highly advise you to go to the description of this video. There is a playlist link. In that playlist, go to class number 1. In the first class, we had discussed about how to structure the answer, how to write the introduction, how to write the main body, how to write the conclusion. If you have any doubts, that video will clarify that, and then you can come back. Now let's see what question have we taken up. We have taken up a question today from 2022 GS paper 2. Reforming the government delivery system through DBT, that is direct benefit transfer scheme, is a progressive step, but it has its limitations too. Comment. Now I've told you multiple times, whenever there is a question that ends with comment or discuss, that means they are not asking you something directly. Now, they just give a statement and they then ask you to comment on that. So what do you have to do? Look at that statement, look at what the statement is about, and then try to elaborate, give more examples to prove that point. So the question mainly is saying that the DBT, direct benefit transfer, basically means when the government, let's say, has to support someone, the farmers or anyone, any specific target group, rather than giving them cash or rather than giving them subsidy, government transfers money into their account directly. Like let's say the PM Kisan Yojana. Under the PM Kisan Yojana, the government of India transfers certain amount of money directly into the bank account of the farmers. That is called direct benefit transfer. So direct benefit transfer is something that the government has started doing in a lot of government schemes using Aadhaar, Jam Trinity basically, Jan Dhan, Aadhaar and mobile. There are certain limitations to that and it has a lot of potential as well. That is what the question is saying. So what do you have to write? You have to first write that yes, it is a progressive steps, means give positives, and then you talk about the limitations as well. So write both the aspects of it. What are the limitations? What are the issues that still remain unresolved? And why is it a progressive steps, means how has it worked? So both the aspects have to be given. We'll start with the introduction. As I told you multiple times, introduction has to be fact or a definition. So here you can define what is direct benefit transfer system. You can tell how under this system citizens who are enrolled under various government schemes receive monetary benefit directly into their bank account. And you can give certain examples. The PM Kisan Yojana example that I gave you, Pehel, there are multiple other examples that you can, if whatever you remember at that point of time, try and give examples. Now, in the main body, you have to write what? Limitations and how it is a progressive step. So we'll start with limitations. First, it can have exclusion error. Exclusion error means those who are eligible, many of them might not be included here because it is directly getting transferred to your bank account. You might have some issues in your bank account. You might not have given the correct information. Maybe the Aadhaar card that you have is not in link with your bank system or bank account. All of that can lead to exclusion error. where the people who are beneficiaries or who are supposed to be beneficiaries might be excluded. Because it's an electronic transfer, it might also lead to payment failures. Payment failures can be due to a lot of reasons. Let's say people are not operating their bank account, the bank account is frozen, it's inoperational. There may be some biometric errors. Whenever you go to banks, they will tell you our server is not working. So all those errors can be a part of this system. Money can be misused. Government might give you money thinking that you will use it for buying a cylinder. But the government does not control how you use the money. The government's intention might be, while sending the money, they would want you to use that money on a specific purpose. But your purpose or your method of spending money can be very different. So there is no guarantee that whatever the government thought will be implemented. It can be very, very different. Market vulnerabilities. The prices might increase depending upon the market. The government might transfer some money to you in the form of gas subsidy, but if the market price is getting higher and higher, that will not be enough for you. If the government was giving you subsidy only, then the original price will be decided by the government can cut it down. But when they are just giving you cash transfer, that means you might not be able to afford the market price even then. These are some of the limitations. If you remember some more, feel free to write those as well. Then we also have to write how is it a progressive step, how it has helped in many ways. It has ensured that there is no repetition of beneficiaries. One person is getting the benefit only once because of unique Aadhaar number. Target delivery, delay in the payment system is reduced. Earlier, when you were dependent on someone giving you cash or giving you subsidized amount, that led to a lot of issues in time or delays in time. No middlemen, so lack of corruption. Former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi very famously said that when I send 1 rupee from the center into the pocket of the people, not even 20 paisa reaches the pocket of the people. There's so much corruption. And then there's faster flow of targeted funds and services. So again, the aspirations of the people can be fulfilled in a much better, faster manner. So these are some of the positives to it. Like every government policy, this also has certain positives and certain negatives in a way. Now, in these kind of questions, you can always give a way forward, as I told you earlier. Whenever there is a question about a problem, about an issue, you can always conclude with a way forward in the form of suggestions. So you can suggest how to make the system even better, making a better technical infrastructure, collaborating amongst various government departments, ensuring that there is enough financial literacy so that the people can understand how the system works, ensure that if there are any glitches, all of that can be resolved in a timely manner. So again, in this kind of a question, whenever problem is asked, you can always write way forward as a concluding argument. Now this is your homework. Assess the role green hydrogen could play in reshaping India's energy sector. Analyze the technological, economic and environmental obstacles that must be overcome to effectively utilize green hydrogen for India's sustainable growth. Green hydrogen, as you know, is a lot in the news. The government is trying to give a push to green hydrogen. In that aspect, try and write this answer. If you don't know about this topic, don't worry. First read about green hydrogen, get your knowledge, get your data, and then come back to write the answer. If you want, I'll be happy to evaluate that. You can send it here. I usually take 2 to 3 days to send it back to you. Thank you so much for joining here. I'll be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Till then, bye-bye. Take care. Good night. Jai Hind.